Alright folks, welcome back. This is episode 14 of the Array Archive series. In this episode, we're going to be going over the reclaimed fair value gap. Yeah, another alternative fair value gap. Oh, I'm sorry. I should really just stop the whole series here, but I'm not, because the series is meant to teach you every single PD array that ICT has currently taught us. And the funny part is, right, I thought I was going to be ending this series right here at propulsion block, but if you go to ICT's channel, right? Like if I go there right now and mute this tab, he introduced a new PD array. I'm just going to show you this real quick. Suspension block. I saw this and I was like, no way. I was literally about to finish this whole series out. But guess what? Now I have to learn an entire new PD array and teach it to you. But it's fine. I'll teach it to you because it's pretty simple, honestly. That's why I have it listed here, and it's going to be the final, well, probably not the final PD array, because ICT is just going to keep teaching more and more and more. So that's not the final PD array. But anyway, episode 14, reclaimed fair value gaps. Now, what is actually a reclaimed fair value gap? For example, if price is bullish on the day, okay, the narrative is it wants to go higher. Like the narrative right now is price just wants to jump, and you see it want to jump. It has all the evidence that it wants to do so, and it just wants to do that, okay? Since the narrative is bullish, a reclaimed fair value gap is basically a bullish fair value gap. In this case, since the day is bullish, it'll be a bullish fair value gap no matter what happens to the fair value gap. If, for example, if this is the fair value gap here, right? If this is it, right? And let's see if I can get a little brush. And this is where price is currently at right now. It's like moving around. That looks weird. Let me pull that out. That looks odd. Let me readjust that. Hold on, guys. Hold on. Okay. Now, price is here at the fair value gap. It's doing this thing. No matter what happens to the fair value gap, if it goes through it, it doesn't matter. What price is going to do in the future, since the day's narrative is bullish, it can refer back to this fair value gap. Yes, I swear to God. Even if it runs through it and just abuses it, it can still refer to it. I swear, I'm not even kidding. It can still refer to it. Another reason it can refer to it is because it's balanced. This is in a sense a balanced price range. So whenever if price does this while disrespecting or balancing this fair value gap, this in a sense is a balanced price range. It can be a reaper sometimes also, because I've seen it do that. It'll reclaim a fair value gap while it being a reaper, which is in a sense a reaper is basically just overrides it, but you get what I'm saying. So what'll happen is price can still come back to this bullish fair value gap, and I'm going to show you exactly how. If the narrative is bullish, okay, I'm going to draw this one more time. Well, no, let's say it's bearish. Let's say it's bearish. Price is right here. It's just moving up, it's going up, jumping down, jumping up, jumping down. Move lower, move high, move lower. Purge liquidity, jump back lower. It'll come back up, visit this fair value gap, and then drop. Yep, that's exactly what it'll do. Exactly what it'll do. It won't do all this. Might not be this extravagant, but you get what I'm saying. Price can still refer back to that fair value gap that formed 4 hours ago on a 30-minute time frame that has been disrespected. And you're probably like, oh, we're not gonna worry about that no more. Oh, it can still refer to it, so surveil it. Keep it marked on your chart. So anyway, I'll see you on the daily because I wanted to just pick some random day here. I guess I'll do 26th of September. Let's see, where is that at? No, this looks like a terrible day. I'll do this right here instead, you know. Yeah, one of these days. I'll do one of these days that are just aggressively dropping. Here we go. Down to the 5-minute. Where's those days? There we are. Let's do this right here. Yeah, let's do this. Here we are. So as we can clearly see, price is dropping. Not even that it wants to drop it. It literally is dropping. 1, 2, 1. It's going down, right? So in this case, a reclaimed fair value gap would be what? A bearish fair value gap. No matter what happens to it, price can refer to it. And I think that's what makes it a reclaimed fair value gap, is the fact that it gets disrespected, it just gets ran through it all. I think that's the primary reason that makes it a reclaimed fair value gap, is because price either disrespects it, disregards it, or just does something to it that'll make you say, oh, we're not worried about this fair value gap no more. Oh no, it's still worrying about it. Like for example, this right here, right? See this right here? Let me see it. Jesus, I just woke up, so just give me a little minute. I'm still recalibrating. You see how price is just abusing this fair value gap for like 40 minutes straight? Well, guess what? Price drops below it. Let's zoom in here. Let's zoom in here. Price drops below it, refers into it. Drops below it, wicks back up into it. Well, you do see this, right? Even though price was just abusing it for how long? Yeah, about, in it almost an entire hour. Price still referred back to it because the narrative was what? To drop lower. It's very simple. It's not that hard. Jump up into it and jump up into it again. And guess what? Does it drop? Does it actually use? Does it reclaim that fair value gap? Yes, it does. That's why it's called reclaimed. I forgot to mention that. The reason it's called reclaimed is because it's using a old bearish fair value gap in which its role was bearish. It's reclaiming that bearish role as it was for a bearish fair value gap, and it's using it because the narrative is still bearish. I'm stuttering a lot. I gotta stop. I just woke up. This is so unprofessional. But yeah, you get what I'm saying. It's reclaiming the old role of this bearish fair value gap, no matter what happens to it, and it's gonna use it again because the day's narrative is what? Bearish. Exactly. Pretty simple, right? Pretty simple. At least I think so. I just whoa. You know what? We're gonna keep that in. I just forgot I'm on the S&P or the ES, so everything looks completely weird for me because I'm normally not on this. It looks very volume imbalancey and very gappy, but that's fine. It's still readable. Let's jump to, I don't know. It can really be any day. Like, doesn't matter. But I want to get to some day that's actually having some volatility in it. Let's see. Probably need to jump down to the 3-minute so I can actually find you an example. My bad, guys. I just woke up, so I'm like partially retarded. Give me a second. Let's see here. Even here. Now, the narrative for lunch to PM is to consolidate first, or first as some PD raise during lunch, and as we can clearly see, to jump up during PM session. Simple, right? Very, very simple. So, the bullish reclaimed fair value gap would be this one here. Well, why that one? Well, you got disrespected multiple times. 1, 2. Got ran through twice. Or if you want to use the bigger one, that would be the best thing to do. There's one right here that is pretty big. Pause. But yes, this is the bigger reclaimed fair value gap. So instead, you want to use this one because it covers more, and then it I guess you can say it's a bigger balanced price range. No, that's exactly what it is. It's a bigger balanced price range, and it covered more area. If you want to do from here to here, it covered more than, if I can even select it, covered more than just here. So you would use this reclaimed fair value gap instead, in which price does come back down and reclaim it twice. 1, 2. Whoa, pretty cool, isn't it? Very, very simple. Very, 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 very simple. So if you see that price wants to go higher, right? Mark out a random bullish PD array that's been getting abused all the session. Just mark it out. And price might just be like, okay, I'm sorry, PD array. I'll come back and refer to you. I'm sorry for disrespecting you 30 times. And the fair value gap will be like, I accept your apology. And it'll use it. 1, 2. Respects it twice. Guess what? 130 kicks in, starts jumping higher. Wow. Yeah, I know, right? Wow. Just wow. And you know what the funny part is, right? Here is another reclaimed fair value gap. See that? Drops down into it. Bodies stay at the equilibrium. Wick drops down into some, I think it's some balanced price range here. Something's going on around here. But it drops down into some PD, or I don't know what it is. I'm not going to identify it now. But you see how the bodies respect the equilibrium to the tick? Actually, you know, I'll just put it on there for you. I can't even do it. Yep, see that? Pretty nice, isn't it? Respects that reclaimed fair value gap and jumps higher. Very, very nice. It's very, 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 very nice. Everything looks so weird on the ES, bro. People actually trade this? This is crazy. It looks like it moves so slow. Well, obviously in hindsight, but bro, I couldn't trade this. I would blow a head gasket if I was trading this. Oh my god. Dude. Okay, anyway. So here we go. We got this. Well, this is actually a Reaper. This would be a Reaper right here, but they're both Reapers and a reclaimed fair value gap because one got disrespected twice. But that's just what's supposed to happen with that Reaper. But you get what I'm saying. If we didn't have the Reaper, or if the Reaper didn't exist, this would be a reclaimed fair value gap. One, because price wants to drop. Second, because it got disrespected multiple times. So price is just coming up, we're claiming it so it can deliver lower. But this is simply a Reaper. Why? Because you got highs up here, price drops lower, creates a swing for the breaker. Second, jumps higher, takes out buy-side liquidity. Third, comes down, activates the breaker and the Reaper, which actually makes it a Reaper because it is created within the Reaper's initial creation swing. So we're not even going to go over that. Let's go over to the next day during New York session, wherever that is. Oh no, that was the previous day that we just went over. Yeah, let's find something here. Here we go. This looks all right. I'm like, this looks all right. Let's see here. Yeah, I barely see anything here. I'm not gonna lie to you. If I'm being completely honest, I don't see it. I don't see a thing. Let's be real here. Because even if I look through pre-market, like from 7 to 9:30, I do see a couple fair value gaps. I'm trying to find some examples of where it actually gets respected. And it was just a bunch of consolidation. So I don't even want to take you through the headache of finding that. So let's go to the next day. Here we go. Wherever the next day even is. What the? Yeah, no. I wouldn't even want to look at this, but sure we can. Why not? We can look at it. Alright, let's find something. Let's find the fair value gap all the way back here that like actually gets ran through. Like for example, this fair value gap here. I don't think it ever got respected, but just look at that. That's just insane. Well, never mind. Never mind. Zoom in here. See this? Drops down into it. Next candle drops down into it to the tick. Whoa. That even shocked me. And guess what? Jumps higher about more than 24 points on the ES. I'm assuming that's a lot. I don't trade this. You guys tell me if that's a lot. But from here to here, that's about 36 points. It looks like a lot. I mean, it does say 0.50%, so it sounds and looks like a lot just from the price action, but you get what I'm saying here. That's just one reclaimed fair value gap out of all the fair value gaps here. It's just one reminder. And I don't know, we could use this one. We could use this one here. And look at that. Price comes back up, reclaims it, respects it, jumps higher. Hey, the market's showing it to you. These things work. I'm just teaching it to you. So let's go do one more day because I do not want to make this video too long. And if I can't find an example, I'm ending it here. Just going to keep it simple. If I can't find an example, I'm ending it here. So here we go. We got a fair value gap that formed, I think, yeah, during pre-market. And that here's one thing I should mention, right? Before I stop teaching all the alternative fair value gaps, if there is a volume imbalance in between the creation of a fair value gap, all you do is you just extend the fair value gap up into the range of that volume imbalance. It's that simple, because guess what? It's still an imbalance, right? So why wouldn't you include it in another imbalance, which is the fair value gap? So here we go, we draw that out. This is the entire fair value gap. As you can see here, it's disrespected once, twice. Price comes back up, refers to it at 10 o'clock. What's that? The London close. What's supposed to happen during the London close? Price is supposed to what? It's supposed to drop or reverse. Does that happen? Yep, like always, just a beautiful drop lower. That's exactly what happened. Rallied higher, touched it, accumulated, waited until that 1050 macro kicked in, and then just dropped all the way down until the macro ended. Pretty nice. How big? How much was that? 20 points. Looks like a lot. I don't know. You guys tell me in the comments, but hey, 20 points sounds pretty nice. Just looking at the price scale over here, it looks pretty large, and especially it does with this aggressive price action lower. But anyway, that's the final example of the reclaimed fair value gap. That's the last fair value gap episode of the Array Archive series, I promise. Unless ICT teaches another fair value gap 3 years from now, I will be bringing it back here. But for now, so that's the last fair value gap, I promise. I've done enough. Anyway, this is the end of episode 14 of the Array Archive series. I hope I taught you this well. and I hope this was very insightful to your trading. Until next time, good luck and good trading.